Freeze that scream. The scream didn't come from Evelyn Jones' mouth. It came from the room. The projector locked. Her name sat under the file transfer like a verdict already passed. Evelyn stood at the center of the glass conference room, heart pounding so loudly she was sure someone could hear it. "I didn't send that," she said. No one answered. 6 hours ago, she had shaken hands and smiled politely. 6 hours ago, she was a finalist for a job that could change her life. Now, 2 security guards stood behind her like punctuation marks. "Unauthorized data leak," the HR director said calmly. "External server. Confidential prototype." "That's not possible," Evelyn said. "I don't even have clearance yet." Someone laughed. Quiet. Sharp. "Everyone says that," a woman near the window muttered. The guard reached for her badge. The click echoed like a gunshot. "Stop." The word didn't sound loud. It didn't need to. Lucas Harrington hadn't been sitting at the table. He had been leaning against the glass wall, arms crossed, watching the entire thing unfold like a chessboard revealing itself too early. "This ends now," he said. The HR director stiffened. "Mr. Harrington, the evidence is being weaponized," Lucas cut in. "And you're enjoying it." The room went still. Lucas turned to Evelyn. His eyes didn't soften. They sharpened. "You didn't leak it," he said. Evelyn swallowed. "No." "Good," he replied. "Then you're not leaving." Relief rushed through her chest, then stopped when he continued. "You'll stay. Restricted access. Full monitoring. One mistake and you're finished." He looked around the room. "And if anyone else decides to turn this into entertainment again, I'll clean house." No one spoke. The guards stepped back. Evelyn's knees nearly gave out. Lucas didn't look at her again. That was the first lesson she learned at Harrington Global. Power doesn't save you. It pauses the damage. The second lesson came fast. No one sat with her at lunch. People stopped talking when she entered rooms. "She's his problem now," someone whispered. "Or his pet." Evelyn worked until her eyes burned. Checked every line twice. Then, again. She refused to give them even a crack. Late one night, Lucas stopped at her desk. "You're still here," he said. "So are you," Evelyn replied. A pause. "Why did you help me?" she asked. Lucas's jaw tightened. "Because I recognize the setup." "That's it. That's enough." He walked away. 3 days later, the media exploded. Harrington CEO faces board concerns amid merger talks. Lucas called Evelyn into his office that evening. He didn't sit, he told her. She didn't. "This isn't about you," he said. "But you're part of the solution." Her chest tightened. "What kind of solution?" "A public one." Silence. "You want me to lie," she said. "I want you to stand beside me," Lucas replied. "For 30 days. Evelyn laughed once. "You're insane." "No," he said. "I'm cornered. You're asking me to disappear into your name." "I'm offering you protection," Lucas said. "And a clean exit." Her voice shook. "You already took my anonymity. And I can give you safety," he replied. Evelyn stared at him. Realization settling in like poison. This wasn't a request. "If I say no," she asked. Lucas didn't answer. She closed her eyes. 30 days, she said. "Then I walk." Agreed. The first appearance felt like execution by flashbulb. Questions. Cameras. Smiles that hurt. "Is this serious?" a reporter shouted. Lucas answered smoothly. "We don't fake stability." Evelyn felt the lie crawl under her skin. That night, she threw up in her bathroom sink. The contract didn't protect her from the whispers. She's using him. She's nothing without him. Evelyn entered the national redesign competition anyway. She didn't tell Lucas. She didn't ask permission. When her design won, the room didn't applaud. They stared. "She's dangerous now," someone whispered. 2 days later, her mentor was fired. No explanation. Evelyn found Lucas that night. "They fired him because he defended my work," she said. Lucas looked away. That was the moment something broke inside her. Weeks later, Evelyn found the server logs. She stared at the screen, breath shallow. The leak wasn't hers. It never had been. A senior executive. Board protected. profiting from collapse. She went to Lucas immediately. "This ends now," she said, "or I end it." Lucas looked at the evidence, then at her. "If this goes public," he said, "everything burns." "Good," Evelyn replied. "You'll be destroyed," he said quietly. "So will you," she answered. Silence. "Walk away," Lucas said. "The contract ends in 4 days." Evelyn shook her head. Not this time. That night, her access was revoked. Her promotion disappeared. HR called it restructuring. Evelyn called it betrayal. She uploaded everything. With her name attached, the world exploded. Sirens, headlines, arrests, collapse. Lucas resigned before dawn. He didn't call. Neither did she. If you've made it this far, pause for half a second and hit that like button. Because what happens next is where this story stops being about survival and starts being about choice. The building didn't fall all at once. It cracked in public. By noon, Harrington Global's lobby was a cage of cameras, security lines, shouting reporters, employees moving like ghosts, badges turned inward like shame. Evelyn walked through it anyway. Her phone vibrated nonstop, calls she didn't answer, messages she didn't read. She didn't need the world to tell her what she already knew. She had become the villain in some people's story, and the hero in others. Inside, HR was waiting. The same director, the same calm voice, the same eyes that never blinked when someone's life was being rearranged. "We have to place you on administrative leave," he said, "for your own safety." Evelyn laughed, but it came out like air escaping a puncture. "My safety," she repeated. "You framed me and called it procedure." "That's an allegation," the director replied. Evelyn leaned forward. "Then deny it with your whole chest. Look at me and say you didn't enjoy it." His face tightened. "Watch your tone." "My tone," Evelyn said, louder. "You tried to erase me on day one. Today, you're just scared the world saw you doing it." A knock cut through the room. A security officer stepped in, gaze flicking between them. "Ma'am, Mr. Harrington requested you upstairs." Now, the director's lips parted. "She's on leave." The officer didn't blink. "Mr. Harrington said now." Evelyn stood slowly, eyes never leaving HR. "Tell him I said hi," she whispered. Then she walked out. The elevator ride felt too quiet, too clean, like the calm before someone gets pushed. When the doors opened onto the executive floor, Evelyn didn't step into a hallway. She stepped into war. Glass walls revealed the main boardroom, packed with men and women in expensive suits, their faces sharp with panic. Phones ringing, assistants rushing. Someone was crying softly near the corner, trying to hide it. At the far end, Lucas Harrington stood. His tie was loosened, his jaw clenched, his eyes empty in that way people look when they've reached the end of what control can do. Evelyn entered the boardroom without permission. The room fell silent in a snap. A board member pointed at her like she was a loaded weapon. "What is she doing here?" Lucas didn't look away from Evelyn. "She's the only honest person in this room." That hit like a slap. Another board member stood. "Lucas, this is a crisis. The merger is bleeding. Our partners are pulling out. She gestured, disgusted. "Arrangement has already drawn attention. Now you let her, walk in here with." With proof, Evelyn cut in. They stared at her. Evelyn walked to the head of the table and connected her device to the screen. No speech, no drama, just evidence. Names, transfers, shell accounts, timelines. A clear trail showing the leak was engineered to sabotage the merger, so one executive could profit off the collapse. A long, slow silence spread across the room like oil. Then the executive Evelyn had identified, Mr. Vance, laughed. Loud enough to break the tension. "This is insane," he said. "A disgruntled assistant makes a slideshow and you all panic." Evelyn turned to him. "Call it whatever you want. It's still your signature on the transfer." Vance's smile tightened. "You don't know what you're doing." Evelyn stepped closer. "I know exactly what I'm doing." Vance leaned back, eyes cold. "You're not built for this building." Evelyn's voice dropped. I built myself while people like you inherited hallways. A sharp inhale rippled around the table. Lucas finally spoke, voice low. Vance, stand up. Vance's eyes narrowed. Excuse me. Stand up, Lucas repeated, louder. And hand over your phone. Vance scoffed. You don't have authority. Lucas slammed his palm on the table. The sound cracked through the room like a shot. I have authority until the minute I don't, Lucas said, eyes locked on Vance. And if I'm going down, I'm not going down protecting a thief. Vance stood slowly, gaze drifting to the board like he expected them to rescue him. They didn't. Evelyn watched him realize it in real time. The system protects you until it decides you're too expensive. Vance smiled, but it looked like rage trying to disguise itself. You think this ends with me? Evelyn held his stare. It ends with the truth. Vance leaned in slightly, voice low enough for only Evelyn and Lucas to hear. You'll regret being brave. Lucas's body shifted like he wanted to step between them. Evelyn didn't move. Try, she whispered. Minutes later, security arrived. Not for Evelyn, for Vance. As he was escorted out, he turned his head and stared at Evelyn like he wanted to memorize her face for revenge. The door shut. For a second, no one moved. Then the board erupted. Damage control. Statements. Legal. We can't survive this. Lucas stood at the end of the chaos like a man watching a flood. Evelyn turned to him, heart pounding. Now what? Lucas's throat bobbed. Now they'll try to make you the scapegoat again. Evelyn blinked. Again, Lucas's eyes met hers. They can't keep the company alive without a villain. Vance is gone, so they'll choose you. A coldness climbed Evelyn's spine. What about you? Lucas's mouth tightened. They'll choose me too. I'm just harder to kill. Evelyn nodded slowly. So what do we do? Lucas stared at her for a long moment, then reached into his jacket and pulled out a folder. Resignation. He placed it on a table. The board froze. Lucas, someone started. He didn't look at them. You wanted stability. You wanted optics. You wanted a perfect leader with a clean narrative. His voice shook slightly. Here's the truth. I let this company rot because it benefited me. The room went deadly quiet. Lucas turned to Evelyn. You were right. I paused your execution because I recognized it. But I didn't stop it because I didn't want the building to shake. Evelyn's eyes burned. She swallowed hard. So you're leaving? Lucas nodded. Before they bury you. Before they rewrite what you did. Evelyn's voice cracked. You're doing this now. Lucas exhaled. I'm doing it late. Not because I'm good. Because I'm tired of being a coward. The boardroom shook with outrage. You can't resign. You'll destroy us. Lucas looked at them, calm and final. You destroyed yourselves. He turned back to Evelyn and said quietly, Go. Right now. Evelyn didn't move. What? Lucas said, sharper. Go before they turn on you. Evelyn's hands trembled. You're telling me to run. I'm telling you to survive, Lucas replied. Evelyn shook her head. No. Lucas's brows pulled together. Evelyn. No, she repeated louder. I'm done surviving alone. The room seemed to inhale. Lucas stared at her like she had spoken a language he'd forgotten existed. Evelyn stepped closer, voice shaking, raw. You don't get to make the last decision for me. Not after everything. Lucas's eyes flashed. This isn't romance. This is war. Evelyn nodded. I know. Security entered again, this time with a different energy. Hesitant, uncertain. The HR director walked in behind them. He looked at Evelyn, then at Lucas. Mr. Harrington, the board has voted. Miss Jones is to be removed immediately. She is a liability. Evelyn's heart slammed into her ribs. Lucas didn't flinch. On what grounds? Breach of confidentiality, the director said smoothly. Public defamation. She endangered shareholders. Evelyn felt heat rise behind her eyes. I exposed a crime. The director smiled politely. That's your opinion. Lucas stepped forward. His voice dropped. Touch her, and I will burn every agreement this board ever signed. The director hesitated. Evelyn stared at Lucas. Don't. Lucas's head turned slightly. Don't what? Don't become my shield again, Evelyn said, tears finally spilling. I didn't do all this to hide behind you. Lucas's jaw clenched hard. Then what did you do it for? Evelyn's voice cracked open, so I could finally stop feeling like I was begging to exist. Silence hit like a wave. Lucas's face shifted, pain, guilt, something breaking. Evelyn wiped her tears fast, angry at them. You asked me to stand beside you for optics. I did it, and it nearly killed me. Lucas swallowed. I know. And now, Evelyn continued, voice trembling but firm. You want to step away and let me carry the fallout alone. Again. Lucas stared at her. I wanted to spare you. Evelyn shook her head slowly. You can't spare me from a world that hates women for being brave. The room remained frozen. Even the guards looked uncomfortable. Lucas's voice came out rough. What do you want from me? Evelyn stepped close enough that the board could see her mouth form the words, even if they couldn't hear them. I want you to choose me, she whispered. Not as a headline. Not as a contract. As a decision. Lucas's eyes glistened. He looked away from her and toward the board. Then he said the sentence that made every person in that room stop breathing. I'm done negotiating with people who trade human lives for stock prices. He turned back to Evelyn, voice low. If I choose you, it will cost you more hate than you've already taken. Evelyn nodded, tears falling freely now. I'm already hated. Lucas exhaled, like he was stepping off a cliff. And it will cost me my name. Evelyn's lips trembled into something like a broken smile. You never really used it right anyway. Lucas's breath hitched. Then, right there in the glass room that first tried to destroy her, he did something Evelyn would never forget. He reached for her hand. Not as the CEO. Not as a shield. As a man. The board erupted, shouting threats, accusations. But Evelyn didn't hear any of it. She only felt Lucas's fingers tight around hers, shaking. I don't deserve you, Lucas whispered. Evelyn leaned in, forehead pressing against his. Then earn me. Lucas's voice cracked. I don't know how. Evelyn closed her eyes, crying quietly. Start with staying. Lucas nodded once, like a vow. The guards didn't move. The HR director looked like he'd swallowed glass. Evelyn turned her head slightly and looked through the wall at the office floor. The same people who watched her humiliation on day one. She raised her chin. Then she walked out with Lucas's hand in hers. Not rescued. Chosen. And choosing back. Outside, the cameras exploded. Reporters screamed questions. Are you resigning? Is she your whistleblower girlfriend? Is this a scandal? Lucas stopped in front of the cameras and looked straight into them, voice firm. This is the truth, he said. And I'm done being afraid of it. Evelyn's throat tightened. As they walked past the chaos, she whispered, You're really doing this. Lucas's voice shook. I'm terrified. Evelyn nodded. Good. Me too. They didn't get a clean ending. They got a real one. Months later, Evelyn's new firm was small and struggling. Lucas worked with her quietly, no spotlight, no press. Some days the hate felt like weather, constant, heavy, impossible to argue with. One night, after a brutal day of rejection emails and online attacks, Evelyn sat on the floor of her office, back against the wall, shoulders shaking. Lucas knelt beside her. I ruined your peace, he whispered. Evelyn laughed through tears. Peace was never offered to me. Lucas's eyes shone. Then why did you choose me? Evelyn looked at him for a long time, voice soft, wrecked. Because when the world finally believed me, she said. I didn't want to win and still be alone. Lucas swallowed hard. And if we lose everything again? Evelyn cupped his face, voice trembling but clear. Then we lose it together, she whispered. But this time, I won't be erased. Lucas's breath broke. He pulled her into his arms like he was holding onto the only honest thing left. Evelyn closed her eyes. She didn't feel saved. She felt seen. And if you stay till this moment, don't just scroll away like you didn't feel something. Hit like if you want more emotional stories like this. Subscribe because the next one will be even crazier. And comment on this because I genuinely want to know. If you were Evelyn, would you choose love after betrayal? Or would you walk away forever? Drop your comments in the comment section.